In case you should not know me, my name is Els and I will be the webinar moderator today. So like usual, you will be muted during the webinar, so you do not have the possibility to ask your questions right away, but you can enter the questions in the question and answer panel of the GoToWebinar control panel. And then after the presentation, we will have a look at the questions and reply your questions. Should your question remain unreplied, we are also having a report with the questions that we will add the answers, of course, and we will upload the questions and answers together with the recording of the webinar on the CENELEC website soon. Should you be on Twitter, you're of course free to tweet about this topic with our handle @standards4EU. So let me give the floor now to the speaker of today. Melanie, please, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Melanie, and today I will guide you through the new collaboration platform. So first, I will go quickly through the agenda. So we're going to have a short introduction, a quick word on the migration and on accesses, and then I will go to a demonstration where you can see the dashboard, the technical committee workspace, and then after the demonstration, we'll have a quick look at best practices, so how to try and use at best the platform, and then I will remind when the migration took place, the following trainings available, and where you can find any training material and documentation, and where to contact us for any support you may need. So first, your access is through the CENELEC website. So on the website, it still says collaboration tools, not yet collaboration platform, but if you click on the link, you will be guided to the collaboration platform. So your login remains the same, login and password, the IC one, CENELEC one, or for some of you, the national login and password. And your workspaces, as it was the case for collaboration tools, depends on your access permissions given via the expert management system. So that hasn't changed. So the migration took place on the 30th of January, and the platform is available to all since the 31st of January. So documents were migrated following the chart that you may see. So if there was one page and no attachment created on collaboration tool, it was migrated as a topic of a new discussion on the collaboration platform. If there was one page with one attachment, that was migrated as a document. And if there was a page with several attachments, that was migrated as a folder, including all the attachments. Threaded pages with one or several attachments. So those were the documents for consultation, for example, and the attached replies, were migrated as one folder. All files were included into the folder, and there is a discussion as well. We will see more about this a bit later. So accesses, there's three types of accesses. The editor access, which gives you a full write access. So this is for officers, the TC secretary, chairmen, conveners, for some of the CCMC staff. And that allows you to create folders, upload documents, move or delete all folders or documents, including the ones that were not uploaded by yourself. Then there's an author access, that is a limited write access, which is for NC officials, members, observers. They can create folders, they can upload documents, and they can move or delete their own folder or documents, but not someone else's. And finally, there's a read-only access, reader, which is for national participants. So now we'll go online to the platform, and I will guide you through how to arrange your workspace and show you how the platform works. So I'm connected here with my own profile, and this is the dashboard when you connect. So you have all the cards with all the spaces available. And you have as well all these cards here as little icons. And if you prefer some text, you can open this and you can see what the icons refer to. So you can see dashboard, workspace, favorites, documents, discussions, or tasks. So here below, you can see a little question mark. If you click on it, this will open a guide, a user guide to the platform. This is the guide that was drafted by IEC. We will keep it as it is, unless we realize that we need some specificities for CENELEC, but at the moment we haven't, so we're using just the IEC guide. So here on top of the screen, you can log in, log out. You can go to your dashboard, to your favorites, and you can already do a search, for example, on a particular group if you want to access that group directly. So we will go through all these. So first, if you have only CENELEC access, just like I have, you will see only a CENELEC card. But if you have some IEC access, some national access, then you will have a card for all of these, on which you can click directly if you want, and it will open your CENELEC access, for example, or IEC access if you click on the IEC one. And you can also click on my workspaces, and then you will have all workspaces. So I've been putting some IEC groups just to show that you can see all the groups here, and then you can choose, I want my IEC workspace or I want my CENELEC workspace. So this is quite handy if you want to only see some of the groups that you need. So now if I go back into my CENELEC workspace, so here I can choose to have a list type, or I can choose to have just on the dashboard card types, and I can as well show, if I want to see disbanded groups, then I can show these. Well, I don't think there's any, I'm on the test platform, so I don't think there's any disbanded group on the test platform. Then here, you've got all your groups, and you can unfold sub workspaces. So now you will see that under TC9X, we have different workspaces. So we have the subcommittees appearing, but we have again a TC9X. So this is where TC9X documents are stored. So this first TC9X, we will see it, is empty. So the reason is that anyone having write access in one of these groups also has a write access to this group TC9X. Now, it is not always the case that the TC or the members want everyone to have a write access everywhere. So in order to be able to keep read-only accesses to TC9X, for example, but be able to give at the same time write access to working groups to people who need them, we've had to add an extra layer. So this is accessible to everyone with their most powerful access, so write access. This will be divided into, for example, a read access in this group and a write access in this group. So that is the reason for that extra layer, which may seem a little bit annoying, but unfortunately, this is the only way we had to keep accesses separated. I will show you how to make your environment a bit more comfortable. So now I was saying this is where I can find my TC9X document. And in order to make my environment more comfortable, I will just add them to my favorites. So here, you can find here your favorites, or on the little star here. This is what we advise to do. If you are registered in many groups, let's say for information, but you're only really working in some groups, you only need to access some of them really regularly, putting them in your favorite is a good way to have like a smaller pane with where to access your groups when you're registered in many of them, rather than go all the way. So this is the test platform, so there's only 4 groups, but as you know, there's many groups on the live platform. So this is quite interesting. Favorites, then you can, if your favorites become big one day, you can always filter in your favorite to try and reduce the amount to find easily a group. This how you can remove a group. if you don't need it in your favorite anymore. This is a test platform, so sometimes it's a bit acting up. I can remove this group, for example, and then so that's how you can use your favorite accessible. So from here always, and from there as well. So this and this is appearing everywhere, wherever you are connected. Now I'm going back to the dashboard, and I will show you the settings. So that's also something interesting. So you can choose to put a picture. So you can see my LinkedIn picture has been put on. You can update your picture. Then you can also choose what you want to appear on your dashboard. So for example, if you don't want my documents and my discussions to appear, you can just remove these. And you can also choose here. So obviously only have a CENELEC option, but you can choose what you want to show or not on your dashboard. Then the next one, this is an interesting one as well. So subscriptions, so the weekly notification is disabled by default. So you will not receive any if you don't go in modify and choose where you can choose the whole of CENELEC if you want to receive everything, but you can choose really the subscriptions that you want to have or not. So that's quite an interesting one as well. It's avoiding you having tons of weekly newsletter that you may not be interested in reading. Next is my activity. So if you need to find out what you did lastly on the platform, so you can see I've been working quite a lot on the test platform. So you can see what happened, last 5 activities, most recent 7 days or 30 days. This is an interesting feature. We will see later on why it's interesting. And then you can see what happened, update, upload, deletion. And then finally, is the notification, last 5 notifications. So you can see last notifications that were sent. So the same most recent 7 days or 30 days. So setting this, your workspace subscription, the dashboard setting, together with the favorite sum is making your working environment a bit more comfortable, because as you know, the platform is already really big with many documents, and for some of you, many groups. So next is my documents, my discussions, and my tasks. So my documents are the documents that you have yourself posted recently. Well, I haven't posted anything recently, apparently, but they will appear here, what you have posted recently. And you can as well click when you have something posted. We will come back a bit later when I have posted something. Then you can click and you can access the document straight away. Then we have the same with my discussions. So I don't have a discussion at the moment. I will create one so that we can come back and click on it later. So if you click on discussions, then you can find your discussions that you have started. You can click on there and it will guide you through. You still have as well the little filter that you can use at all time. We will see it's quite handy. And then finally is my tasks. So you will see that you can create tasks and assign tasks to people. So this is one way to access them. And you can see there's one task that was assigned to me. So you can click and you can see the task and all the information related to the task. So this is how the discussions and the documents would work as well. So that is it for the dashboard. So now we will go into TC9X and we will see how we can, what's up there and how we can use all of this. So this is the TC workspace. So you can see everything is linked, hyperlinked, so you can navigate really easily. So you have first a document tab where all documents are stored. Discussions, so I was saying that some of the pages from collaboration tools were moved as discussions to the collaboration platform. So this is where you can find them. The tasks, sub workspaces, if any, and then the list of members. So we will go, you can see as well all of this here. And this has a bit kind of disappeared on the test platform, but it's probably on the live platform. You have the TC number, and then you have a description of the TC, so it's giving you the scope of the TC, which is also something interesting to have. So we'll go into the documents. Sorry, I'm just going back for 1 minute. Here you can as well see all the activities that happen. This is quite handy for really big TCs, big platforms. You can see what happened last. Someone has uploaded something, someone has deleted something, and then you can access them also. If you click on the link here, you can also go, okay, it's not working in the test. If it's not working in live, tell me. But this is a way also to access documents really quickly. So now we will go into the documents. So you have first a really big folder with all your documents. You can see here there's some cleaning still needs to be done. So there's a little reference that shouldn't be there. It will be gone. It's only 10 days that the platform has been migrated, so we still need to clean things, talk with TC secretaries, see how if they clean themselves, if they want help. So that's something that still needs to be discussed. So from here, you can as well already do a certain number of action, but this is outside of the main folder. So we will go in. The first time you will load on the platform, it will take some time. IC is working on making it a bit faster. So here we have TC9X workspace. So you can see this is sorted as any Explorer would be. So you have the folders first coming on top. And then if we go down, I will try to go down a bit faster. It will not let me. There I have it. You have under it all the files. So first folders and then under loose files. Now if we go back to the top, I will explain to you all the options that are available. TC9X is quite huge. So we have here different options. You can see the number of folders, the number of files. You can filter. This is really an interesting feature because you can filter on any word that's appearing on the screen. So let's say I want to filter on something with the date of January. I can see anything that's dated January coming up screen. So normally it should also filter on the name of the person. I see it's not really working, so we'll check on the live platform if that is working properly or not. You can filter on a word. Let's say I filter on possible, and then I've got all kinds of documents and folders with possible in the title appearing on the screen. You have also the possibility to sort columns by deadlines, owner, dates, or file name and title. You have here a little square that is to select all files. So it will select all the files that are under the folders. So inside this big folder, it's not possible to select the folder from outside the folder. If you want to select a whole folder, you have to go in, and then you have the same feature here, select all files, and then you can select all the files inside the folder. So I will go back one. So we'll see here we have those options appearing on every layer. So every folder you're going in, you will have all these options available. So the first one is you have the possibility to create a new file directly on the platform. So it's not uploading, it's just creating. So you can choose a template if any is available. You can put a title, you can draft your text, add your text. We've got different style, and then you can save and close. So if I do, for example, the title, I want just a blank document. I'll do a blank document, and then I'm happy. So I'm saving this. And then I can find my file that I've just created directly online and see it's dated, and I could do the search on just title, so you can see who's created it. So that's quite easy thing if you're on the way, and the platform being available on smartphones and other devices might be the opportunity to make a quick draft of something if you don't have all the Office applications. Then you can create a new folder. So if you need to create one, it's just you create a new folder. You can give it a name. You can give it a reference if you wish or not. And then, so it's asking you, okay, check if it's the correct location. And then you can just submit. And then you have my new folder with the name and a reference, and it's blank, so it's empty at the moment. And then next we have the upload feature. So this is the window to upload your documents. So it's just a simple drag and drop or a select file. So I have prepared some files on my desktop. So I will take the files and then I will do a drag and drop. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to check if I can do the drag and drop without losing the screen again. So I take, for example, a document. So this is just an example. It's an empty document. And I just drag and drop it here. And then once it's there, so you can describe. So this is if you want to select file. So I can just open it. If you want to select a file, that's just the normal navigator. And then it's asking me to describe my document, so to put in the metadata. So we have first choose the organization. So this is CENELEC by default because I don't have any other option. I think it's probably CENELEC by default if you're on a CENELEC group. Then you have to give it a title. The next is you can put a deadline or not. At the moment it says that the deadline is mandatory, but this will change because obviously it's not always mandatory. So you don't have to put one. You have to choose a document type. So I'm going for a DC here. And then we've got this really nice feature. If you have named your file properly, so if you've used the convention to name your file as shown in a circular available on the website, and that will be available on the boss, with the underscores to separate the sections, then the system is putting the reference for you. So it's some gain of time gain because you don't need to add again yourself the reference. And then I'm happy with what I've done. So I will do finish, and then I can either choose to notify my document or just, I don't need to notify it now. I can just ignore and close it. So that's for the upload of a document. Then next is the download, for example, of documents. So we will go further down and we will find documents. So you had the little options available. I will show you. So I'm going down to find some of the documents here. So you can, in the action, you can download a document from here straight away if you would like to. But if you need to download several documents, then you can just select them. And because in really big TCs where you have folders, documents, and it's a long way to navigate, to not have to go back to the top where you can find your options, download, move, or delete. Well, you have these little options here. They are following you on the screen. So that is quite interesting. And then you can choose if you want to delete those documents, if you want to move them or download them or send a notification. So it's also giving you the number of documents you have selected, which can come quite handy if you know I have to select 5 documents, but they're in a really big area. So you know how many you've clicked on already. That's something really interesting. So now we will try, for example, I can try to move a document. So this is a test platform, so there'll be no harm for a TC9X. I can try to, so you can here navigate, find where you would like to move this document. Just click on the folder, I will open behind, and then you want to move this file into this folder. Yes, and then that is done. So this is a feature that is quite interesting. Now I will, for example, create a quick new file. Here in my folder, and then I just realized that actually I didn't need it, so you can just delete. It's asking you for a confirmation, which is also nice, because sometimes we click delete when we don't intend to. So this is for move, delete. Now we can download. So if you select several and you see on the top, it's also telling you how many are available. Download, notify, move, or deletion. So, and this that is following you to the bottom of the screen. And then you just press download, and it will create a zip file for you, which you can just take when ready. So next we can also choose to notify. So if you click on the little flag, then you can directly notify the document from where you are. So it says attached document, but it's actually a link to the platform, so they're not really attached as a file attached. And then you can type your subject or message, and then choose the group you want to notify to. So this is one of the features available here in the document area. So I think we have gone through the whole document area. So now we will move on to the discussions. So here are discussions. So if we had threaded, so for example, replies, you can find them here as well. The documents are always saved in the document area. So I can open one of the discussion. And you can see the main topic is a call for expert, for example, and then people have replied with or without attachment. So the reply to the notification, to the discussion, is here. That is the reply to the main discussion. But if you're having a discussion on a specific topic that maybe people are giving different opinions and you want to support someone's opinion, you can also choose to reply to a specific comment that was done in the discussion. So the discussions, the use of the discussion, so it can be something broad, like a really large topic that maybe you didn't have time to finish in the meeting, or you want to give more opinions, or you don't have the time to meet, but you still want to hear some people's opinions on it, so you can create here a discussion. It's quite easy. It's just create a new topic, and then you start the discussion. You can attach a document and start the discussion with everyone. This also is a little feature that's following you down the screen. This is also to create a new discussion. So we see here all the legacy, they're the ones that have been migrated from the collaboration tool. Then you can have also discussions on documents or discussions on tasks. So if you want to start a discussion on a document, you can start it from here, but you have also inside. So if I go inside one of the folder and find a document, you can start a discussion directly on a document. So you can start a new topic and start your discussion from here. I will be, so if I say I'm making a test, I'll start a discussion here. I don't need to attach a document, let's say, and I create the topic. So you can see I've created a topic and there's one discussion. You can create several topics on one document if you wish to. And then it will give you here that there's several discussions. And then if I close this, you will see here, I've got one discussion, the little one above the mouse, that's showing this one document, one discussion on this document. So while I'm here, I can as well show you the information on the file. So this is the metadata. If you have the editor access, you can modify them if necessary. And then here, this is a preview to the file, which I'm not opening because I don't know what's in the document here. So this is for discussions and on documents. You can have discussions on tasks as well if you want. So now we have these consultations that we had on the collaboration tools, and we will use the documents and the discussions because the way it will be done is unfortunately very different. So we have thought of one or two ways you could use the discussions and the documents to help you with those consultations that requires reply. So one, for example, would be I'm going to wait for this to be connected. I'm going to modify. I will go to my folder if I can. Yes. So I will, for example, take a reference, and then I will rename. So here you've got a little actions. You can rename your folder, edit. You can bin it if you don't need it anymore, or you can move it as well, just the same as files. And I will give a reference and a name to my folder. This is an example. So here, this is where I want people to post their reply to the consultation I'm putting up on the platform. So what I will do is I will go in and I will upload a document. I will select my document and describe it. I will give it, for example, a deadline. I want people to reply really fast. I will give the reference, my reference in here, and I'm happy with this. And let's say that I will notify it a bit later. So this is where my document that people will read, and I expect them to give me a reply on this. So one way of doing it is, as I've done, creating a folder and put your main document in it. And then you can say, okay, I will create a new topic on this document. And then I say to people, for example, please reply by the deadline. And then I create my topic. So this is a discussion started on a document. Now let's say that I am a country and I want to reply to this. So I can either go through here and I choose the discussion. I don't want to create a new topic. I just want to reply to this, and I will click on reply, and then I have a document to put. So I will go and I can select a file. So I can either upload my document already on the platform, or I can upload a new file. So I will upload a new file in this case. So this can go down so that it's not bothering you. And then I will go select a file. Let's say this is my answer. And then the same, I just describe my file. I don't need a deadline because I am replying. I give it the document type. I finish. I put this little window back up. And so I'm happy. This is what I have uploaded. I can see it's here in the correct folder. Reference is matching. So I confirm this is. So I've got one document attached to my and then I put a little word, and then I reply. And you can see that if I do this, so if everyone is replying this way, then you can have in one folder all the main document, all your reply, and you can also have them up in a discussion, so which is quite easy to see things. So now some of the users have already told me that it is not the most convenient because there's no deadline on the folder, and there's no possibility to sort on the deadline if they're on the folder. So another way is also to have everything in the same area. So having all your discussions here without a folder, then you need to be extremely careful that you will give correct references. So if you give correct references, then the sorting will work perfectly fine. So we've tried it already. You will have your main document appearing, and you will have the reply appearing here as well. So if you do a file name sorting, here we only have two, but inside the main root, and you go under the folders, so they will sort themselves, and then you can see all the replies. So that's one way. If you need to see the deadline in your main folder, and it would be too troublesome to navigate through the folders to find the deadline, then that's a different way to do things. If I go here as well, I can find my discussion. So if you look for a discussion, you can see it's there. And if that's an easier way, for example, if you will, for example, use discussions only for documents, where you can also sort on documents, there's only have two discussions here. And then you can find it, you can see, okay, one person has replied as one post. So you can open it from here, and then you can see, okay, one person has replied to my discussion. So if you would take the attachment, if you need to download the attachment from here, would be not so convenient because you need to download them one by one. But then if you go to the folder in documents, then you can do a sort, find your folder, and then download everything at once. So that's really for everyone to try and find the best way for them to work on this platform. So next I will have a quick look at the tasks. So this is something completely new. It's never been used, so that's something for everyone to try, I think. But you can create a new task, and you can assign those tasks to the people. So you can give it a title. describe what you expect people to do, and then you can give it a priority, a deadline, and you can choose your groups in the task you want to give to the full group, or you only want to give to a person. For example, you have a filter, you can search for that person and assign them a task. So I will say that it's medium priority and I want it by the end of the month, and it's a draft document that I want, and it's please draft doc on something, and then I create the task. So I've given the task to someone, so you can see the priority is medium, then you can see it's still to do, so the person can come and change and say, okay, I've started on this, so my task is in progress. Then you've got as well the actions here. You can create a discussion on the task, you can see the details of the task, and you can bin it if it's not necessary. Then there's your deadline. I am the owner, so I have assigned the task to my colleague Thierry Legrand. So that's for the tasks. Then we have lastly so we have workspaces. So we will go into another one to see another group. But you have also the member list. So TC9X is somewhat big, so the list will take some time to load. There we have. So you've got your member list here, and you can see, so we've got 991 members, and you have different features as well. So you can choose to filter on the group. So the member list for TC9X includes everyone under TC9X. So I can choose, I want only this group. So I can close my filter. It's been filtered on everyone that is included in TC9X. And I want to clear my filter. Okay. Then you can choose to select on a role. So if you want only send an email to the observers of the groups, for example, or if you need to send an email to all the conveners, then you can filter on the group. And then you can as well filter on the members. So you've got all the national committees, and you've got as well organization. For example, if you want to talk to one organization in particular, then you can filter, and you have so these people from the organization. So you can see, so we have the pictures, the name of the people, their organization or national committee, and then you've got the groups and roles. So you've got for every person in all the groups in which they are included, and what is the corresponding role to the group. Now I'm going to clear the filter for this. And then you can see that also you can use this field if you want to clear the filter. So it's working on all text on the page. So if I do this, now I can have everyone that's coming from Belgium, for example. Or if I want to find a person in particular, I know this person's first name. I'm looking for Thierry, and I've got all Thierrys coming up on my screen, which may help sometimes if you've forgotten the name of the person. Once you've selected, you can select all if you have no filter, or you can select the people that you want to notify, and then you can go and send the notification. So this is the same as a notification on a document or on a task. It's just you type your subject, then you give people a message, and then maybe you want to attach a document. So you can navigate. So this is if you want to upload a new file. This is to navigate inside the documents. So you just you don't need to go through this window if you want to take something that's already on the platform. You just go onto the platform normally, and then you click on the little cross here. So it does the same whether it's document, discussions, tasks, notification. Then you confirm this is the document I want to attach and to notify. So here you have a custom list because you have chosen some people, not all of them. You can also decide to delete the custom lists, and you can notify to a group or several groups. So if you notify to a group, then it's taking some time to load. Then we've got all the members in the group. So it's giving you full number of assignee. You can go and you can say, okay, quick look at this. Oh, actually this person is not interested. This person may not be interested. So this is becoming a custom list. Or you can choose to remove all, and you can type the name here, and then you have again a custom list. And then you can send your notification once it's done. I will cancel. This is a test platform. I don't think it will send anything, but just in case. Then lastly, we can try and go into another group. So we'll go back to the TC9X workspace. So you can see this is empty. And if you go to the sub workspaces, then you can find this SC9XA. You can go in. And then again, we've got some workspaces that are available. So for access purpose, inside 9XA, we've got again 9XA with all the documents. So I think we have gone through the whole platform. So I will go back to my presentation for a quick look to see if I haven't forgotten anything. So we have seen the filters, how you can have different accesses to your workspace. So we've seen the cards, the user guide, the menu that can be open if you prefer to have some text. Then we've gone into my settings to see how to arrange your settings. Then we have gone to my favorites to try and make your workspace as the most comfortably possible so that you don't have really big lists of groups if you're only using regularly some of them. We've seen that my documents, so this is if you have some documents posted, so you can sort, you can filter, you can click on the document to navigate to the platform. So it's just a different way of accessing your documents. Then you can do the same with the discussions. You can sort them, click directly on them to be directed to the discussion platform. You can filter them so that we have seen them. We've seen my workspace, how we can use the list view, the card view, choose one or the other workspace, how you can unfold all the sub workspaces from there if you wish to do so. Then we've gone to TC9X workspace, so with the activities, with all the tabs, how to put it in your favorite by using the little star favorite here. Then we've seen the documents, the different options, how to create a new one, create folder, upload, download, notify, move, or delete. So then we have seen how the little icons feature is moving down the screen by giving you the numbers of things that were selected. Then we have seen a discussion and how they can be used in a different way, or for example, for consultation. So this is how the discussion will appear once it's got several posts. We've seen that the reply is to reply to the main topic. but you're also free to reply to some of the comments by using the small reply under a specific comment. And then we have seen the members list. So that's giving you the number of members. We've got different types of filters and how you can notify them, and how to put people on the notifications or remove them to make custom lists. So now, because the platform is completely new and the access is freer than it used to be, we've thought of how to make it more comfortable for people who have to manage a platform, especially in really big TCs. So we thought of best practices for everyone. They're not compulsory. This is a living document that can be updated, and that we can adjust to what the needs are. But we've thought of some things before, and I'm sure it will change with the use of the platform. So first, we advise you really to set your weekly notifications to only the groups that you wish to have, so that you're not receiving loads of notifications that you may not be interested in, and to use the favorites really for people having many groups to make your workspace really more comfortable. Then, because nearly everyone can create folders on the new platform, so we advise that experts should coordinate with the officers before they create anything on the platform, so that officers can try and keep some order on their workspace, and also give to people the best way to work, so that the workload is not increasing just because it's becoming chaotic. But there's one thing the folders are really useful for is if someone is uploading several things that are related, then you can all group them in one folder, and that's kind of a bit easier to find. Then we've seen during the demonstration the replies of versions to documents, if you reply to a consultation, how the discussion can be used to do that, and how you can use a folder or not to do that. And then very important is the reference to documents, whether you use a folder or not, especially for really big platforms. So there's a convention that is available in a circular available on the CENELEC website. It will be transferred to the CENELEC boss, where it will be easily accessible and maybe a bit easier to find. And this is really important because with the sorting options, it's making life really easier, and it avoids having replies or documents lost, which could cause some problems in the work of officers. And then lastly, it's the collaboration platform is a platform available on several devices. So we kind of advise you to try and use it, even if it's not in your habit, on different devices, and to maybe not download documents where you would have done so, and try to see use it on the device and see how it's working for you to do that. And if it's not, well, please download again. But it's just an interesting thing. The platform is really modern and can be used in a different way. It may come handy if you're on a business trip and you don't want to take with you big packs of documents. So the migrations asset took place on the 30th of January. So on the 31st, the collaboration tool was put to read only. So you can still see it, you can still read it, but the collaboration platform has been made available for all, and it's not possible to load documents on the collaboration tools anymore. So we've got a next training next week on the 14th, and we've got another one on the 8th of March. There will be another session for the IT quarterly training, and on the 30th of June, the collaboration tool will be shut down by IEC. So this training material, so we will put on the CENELEC website the webinars, the best practices. We've got a list also of differences between collaboration tool and collaboration platform. And you can also have on the IEC Academy webinars, the IEC webinars, where you can hear more about the migration, for example. The user guide is available. So on bottom left, little question mark. If you click on it, then the user guide will open. And if you ever missed something, if you have forgotten, if you realize you have questions, you can always contact me at itsupport@cenelec.eu. So I am the person behind this email address, but it is made when I'm away. So if you send to this email address, surely even when I'm on holiday, someone will reply to you rather than waiting for me to come back.